YouTube, it's Angie here. I just want to say thank you for popping by my little corner of the internet. I try to post as unfiltered as I can, so I try to talk about the realities of living with chronic illness and mental illness, but it's also fun over here on my channel too. I have a cat, Pepper, that is usually in my videos, and I like to talk about affordability and cost of living and fun products and things. So if you think that might be something that interests you, feel free to subscribe. My goals for 2023. I know I'm a little bit late doing this. Like, my life has been just such a whirlwind that I needed the time to be able to sit and think about the goals. I have two categories here. So one of the categories is things I'm going to try and do every day. The other category is things that I'm going to work on over the course of the year. So the things that I'm hoping to do once a day is go outside at least once, even if it's just taking out my recycling. I tried to make these goals really accessible and easy to achieve. My kind of thought process behind that is that if I do something easy, then I'll have momentum to ramp it up a little bit if I decide that that's something that I want to do. So I don't go outside very often, which sucks because, like, I live in a beautiful city in a beautiful neighborhood, and there's all sorts of reasons for me to go outside. So that's something that I would like to do at least once a day, is just go outside, even if it's just like taking out my recycling or going for a walk around the block or just going out and sitting on my balcony even. All of my once a day goals are meant to benefit my mental health, which I've been working on for over a decade. I really need to be focusing on my health right now. I had a good conversation with my psychiatrist about how much brain fog has affected me, and it's the brain fog and the memory loss that you experience with depression, because you do experience memory loss with depression. A lot of people don't know that is reversible, but you have to get better first, and then it takes a while for your brain to catch up. So I'm really focusing on trying to stay healthy this year. That way I can improve my cognition and then eventually return to work full time. The next is to move my body or exercise at least once. So I say move my body because sometimes when I think of exercise, I think of like those ladies in spandex doing aerobics that was like way too hard for me.
And lift, 2, 3, go for the burn. And 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like pumping iron at the gym and things like that. But exercise doesn't have to be that. It can be like walking on the treadmill for half an hour and going at my own pace, or doing a low impact chair workout. The important part is just to get in the habit of doing it regularly, and so that's what I want to try and do. Ideally, I would even do it twice a day. Next, I have my nightly relaxation and yin yoga. I have yet to find a yin yoga workout I like as much as the one that I do, and I've been doing it for over 7 years, so I'll link it down below. It's very, very relaxing. Like, I don't do it to be flexible or to like work my body in any way. I do it to release anxiety and stress so I can go to sleep, because another one of my goals is to come down off of my sleep medications. Really want to work on my sleep hygiene, and so I do this like quick yin yoga thing before bed, and I usually only do like half of it, and it really, really does help. I've been doing it probably about 3 times a week, but I'd like to do it every night. Gotta stop for a coffee break. I'm on a very restricted diet because of some medications that I'm on called MAOI antidepressants. And so I can't eat a lot of the regular foods that I used to eat, and I've been struggling to figure out how to fit vegetables into my diet in a way that's different than the way that I used to cook, which was like a lot of stir fries and Asian cooking, which has a lot of fermented foods that I have to stay away from now. Now I'm kind of focusing on vegetables as a snack out of the air fryer, but I want to make sure that I'm eating vegetables once a day because I feel better when I eat my vegetables. Your parents weren't wrong when you were a kid. You feel better when you eat your vegetables. And a goal that I achieved from last year that I'm like really excited about is that I am consumer debt free. Feel free to cheer. I paid down $14,000 in consumer debt over the course of 5 years, and a lot of that was while I was on disability and EI. So I'm super, super proud of that. I do not want to accumulate that much debt again. In order to do that, I need to grow my emergency fund. So that's going to be a goal of mine once my finances kind of sort out, because right now I'm just waiting to be approved for AISH and I'm still looking for part-time work. I find the emergencies are what put you back into debt, because it's like, oh, I have a vet bill that I need to pay, or oh, like I wasn't expecting this bill to come out this month and now I'm in debt. I really want to stay out of debt with that emergency fund. So here are the fun ones. One of the first ones is to work on processing my grief. So I have so much grief around my disability, where my life is right now, and the things that my disability took away from me. I did think that I would build a career, because I've always been very goal-oriented. I've always been a goody two-shoes in school. I was always a straight-A student. And so I thought that I would build a very successful career for myself and then be able to support not only myself, but also give my mom some money to pay her back for some of the money that she's lent me over the years as a single mom. So that didn't happen. Instead, I spent most of my 20s in and out of hospital, trying to get diagnoses, trying to try different treatments to get my depression under control, finding out that I had fibromyalgia, things like that. I had to quit my previous career. And so that was quite difficult for me. And in therapy, I'm still working on processing a lot of the grief that comes with that, and the grief that comes with the feeling of losing my 20s. Because I feel like I almost lost them in a way, because I was like struggling financially so much. I was an alcoholic at one point. Like, I feel like my 20s just did not go the way that I was expecting. And they say that life is what happens while you make other plans. But it like really, really went off the rails there. I am hoping to kind of rebuild my life in my 30s. I just turned 30 in November of last year. And in order to do that, I need to process my grief and accept where I'm at right now, which has been really hard to do, because I feel like this is something that would make my haters happy, like seeing me struggle, or like that I'm like a disappointment to people and a disappointment to myself. And so I need to work on the feelings that come with that. So I'm working on that in therapy. I have a therapy appointment every 3 weeks. I want to take at least 3 courses, and I don't really have the money to do so, so I'm hoping to take them through the library. I know that some people think that they're not like official courses, but you can still put them on your resume. You still get a certificate of completion. Check out your local library if you're interested in learning and taking some courses. Often have access to online platforms that have courses, and then you just enter your library card in lieu of payment. The course that I signed up for that I'm working on right now is how to write good web content. Really looking forward to that. But I want to take 3 courses over the course of the year just to help my brain stay sharp and get in the mode of learning. With my depression and my chronic fatigue and like fibromyalgia, I really do struggle sometimes to keep a clean home. And so I've decided to set a goal for myself, instead of like being like, oh, I'm gonna clean for 15 minutes a day, which sometimes seems overwhelming to me, to be honest. I'm gonna clean 1 thing a day. I feel like that'll help me like get around to other things that I might not normally clean, like my makeup organizer. Setting a goal to make sure that before I go to bed at night, I've cleaned 1 thing, whether it's giving the toilet a wipe down, or doing dishes, or, organizing my desk a little bit. I just want to clean 1 thing a day. So I guess that should be in my once a day goals, but I forgot to put it there. So here it is now. And the last one is to hang out with a friend once a week. I find when I'm feeling crappy, and especially when I'm low income and not working, it's really easy for me to get into like this hole and to isolate myself and to not spend time with friends. And I have a bunch of friends on social media that I really want to reach out to and build friendships with, that I just like haven't, because of my social anxiety, and then also because I've just been like talking about positive momentum with moving my body once a day. Well, there's negative momentum too with just staying in my house in my like little depression cave and not doing anything. Adult friendships are hard because you have to coordinate schedules and things like that, but I think I can do it. I know I'm not going to achieve all of these goals and I'm not going to achieve them all the time, but the important part is that I set them and that I'm trying. If you follow me and you've followed me over on Instagram and you followed me for a while here on YouTube, you know that to me, the most important part is to keep trying. And so that's what I want to do with all of these goals. So I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Thank you so much for watching to the end. As a little silly treat, I always show a clip of my cat Pepper, so that's what I'll do, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye. Pepper, when you're writing out your goals list, you can't fight the Sharpie. What do you have written here? 2023 goals, break into kibble bin? Really, Pepper? Okay, catch elusive red laser. Yeah, you've been trying to do that for a while. Take down balcony pigeon. That's not very nice. 7 hours of pets each day, and then 15 hours of naps each day? Pepper, that leaves 1 hour for everything else. Do you know what you're doing? It looks like you still have some work to do on this list, so there you go.